Get around censorship and take back your community. A lot has been said lately about big tech censorship, but it isn't just them censoring political discussions and national topics. Big tech is also censoring local conversations about crimes that occur in neighborhoods. Apps like Nextdoor.com engage in censorship to push a soft on crime agenda where they do not want crimes discussed in too much detail or receiving too much attention. Facebook, Twitter, and others, of course, also engage in censorship of discussions of local issues depending on the topic. Many communities within America are experiencing huge increases in crime, and local elected leaders in law enforcement are not adequately addressing these problems. A new approach is necessary to be able to effectively organize and voice opposition online without being censored. This guide outlines some approaches that can be effective. The strategy: like-minded people can form groups around specific local topics. For example, a group from a city that wants to reduce crime can form a group around this topic. The group needs to have at least one, ideally more, ways of organizing and communicating that are not controlled by big tech. For example, Telegram groups, regular blog sites, self-hosted, cloud-hosted, etc., Substack, Signal app, Discord, email lists. The process: the group can watch for events that occur within the community that are related to their topic of focus. The group could have a common place, such as a Telegram group, where they post about things that occur, for example crimes that occur in their community, and then people within the group engage with these posts. If a post gets enough attention within the group, they could have a process for then sending out a communication to everyone in the group notifying them that a topic has gained enough traction and to go out onto big tech platforms and post and engage about it for a day or two. By avoiding big tech except when it is most useful to talk about a topic that is already gaining attention, the group can provide a boost on these platforms and get more attention. By then returning to their private group, they can better stay off the radar of the tyrannical platforms that are carrying out a censorship agenda against the average person. Recruiting to the group is important as well. You need to figure out which social media sites you can occasionally post on to attract new members. Consider creating separate social media accounts just for this, as posting about a group like this is more likely to result in a ban by tyrannical big tech. What you can do: read this guide, think about whether it makes sense to you, and decide to act. If it makes sense to you, consider taking this guide as a framework and creating your own Substack, blog, or other online presence and putting similar info out there with your own modifications. Questions: can you give an example? Many cities have problems with rampant crime, and, unfortunately, many murders occur. Some murders tend to catch the attention more than others. So when one occurs that is already gaining attention, it can be a good time to have a number of like-minded individuals make posts about the event on social media and draw attention to the failures of local leaders. Why is it important to keep an active account on big tech sites? Because they engage in censorship, using big tech platforms for like-minded individuals to form groups and interact is a bad idea. The platform can and will remove them at any time if they become too powerful as a group. However, the eyeballs are still on these sites, so being able to post is important, but no one person can speak out too aggressively, and often they will risk being banned. Coordination by users outside of the platforms to pick key events to post about on big tech platforms about can be effective, as it can help drive wider awareness of an event that is related to an ongoing local issue. Isn't this taking advantage of tragic situations? This is meant to be a decentralized group that is committed to bringing awareness to specific topics. If the topic they have chosen is that of reducing crime, then any event that occurs that matches that should be fair. game for public discourse. Taking a horrific crime and trying to profit off of it are used to build personal notoriety is completely different and something that many would find morally objectionable. But that is not the focus of this approach, as the focus is solely meant to be on bringing awareness to the issue facing the community and the lack of action by elected leaders and law enforcement. Additional things to consider: decentralization is the key in many cities in America. Currently, crime, homelessness and other urban quality of life issues are the main complaint that residents have. Cities are becoming more dangerous than at any time in recent memory. Stick to the topic so that you cast a wide net. If your group is focused around crime reduction, don't try to expand it to also be about some other topic just because you think the people in the group may also support that cause. Instead, create a separate group about that topic and simply present it to others as an option to join, but don't continue discussing it in the group. That way each group stays focused around one topic. This is important so that it draws in anyone who agrees with that topic and does not turn away those who are turned off by support for some unrelated cause that they do not agree with. Big tech keeps luring you back in. Use them, don't let them use you. Many users on big tech sites who speak out aren't outright banned from the platform because they do not speak out frequently or aggressively enough to be banned. They may silently have their posts algorithmically demoted so that they receive less views, have some posts removed by the platform, and occasionally be given a timeout by the platform, but they still are allowed back. Approaching law enforcement. Some law enforcement want to help and do more for the public, but are afraid of retribution by elected leaders. Other law enforcement do not have the interest of the public in mind and are happy to serve the elected leaders who are not doing enough for the public. It is important to keep this in mind to now always directly criticize law enforcement, but to try to engage with them first, as they may be able to help your cause. Try to figure out whose side they are on and what situation they are in before making them a target of criticism.